Can you imagine that Israel and the Palestinian Authority can ever team up on an issue? You would think no, right? Israel and the Palestinian Authority do not agree on fundamental issues like each other's legitimate right of existence. So why will they cooperate on any issue? Well, sometimes you use a less harmful enemy to fight a bigger enemy, and this is exactly what both Israel and the Palestinian Authority seem to have realized. Israel is an enemy for Mahmoud Abbas-led Palestinian Authority, and the Palestinian Authority is an enemy for Bennett's Israel. However, Hamas and its financier Qatar are biggest enemies for both Israel and the Palestinian Authority. Both Bennett and Abbas want to get rid of Hamas in their own interest. So, how will Israel and the Palestinian Authority outdo Hamas and Qatar? And will Israel and the Palestinian Authority actually join hands to kick Hamas out of Gaza and keep Qatar at bay? Hi, and welcome to TFI Global, the foreign affairs and geopolitical analysis arm of the TFI Media Group. I am your host Shubhangi, and in this video, I will tell you how Israel and the Palestinian Authority are teaming up against Qatar. Let's begin. In a strange geopolitical equation building up in the Middle East, Israel and the Palestinian Authority, led by Fatah, have teamed up to kick Qatar out of Gaza and choke Hamas by ridding it of its own financier in the region. As per the Jerusalem Post, Naftali Bennett, the Prime Minister of Israel, has insisted that suitcases of cash can no longer enter Gaza following the 11-day war in May. Prior to the Gaza war, Israel had allowed Qatar to pay regular $30 million cash payments to Gaza, but things have changed after the war as both Israel and the Palestinian Authority want to cut Hamas out of Qatari funding. Therefore, Israel has created an ostensible arrangement with legitimate means for payment of Qatari money to Gaza. According to a source, the Jewish nation had approved a list of recipients and had also verified that none of the names on the list are terrorists but are teachers or engineers. So, why is Qatari money still not reaching Gaza when Israel has already approved the list? Well, here's the real catch. The Palestinian Authority has been made the channel for payment of Qatari money into Gaza. However, the Palestinian Authority is very clear about one thing. It won't pay salaries to anyone affiliated to Hamas. At the end of the day, both the Israeli Prime Minister Naftali Bennett and Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas, they are both planning to succeed in their goals to block Qatari funding to Hamas. Israel itself would get rid of Hamas's intermittent aggression, whereas Fatah would benefit by removing the biggest challenger to its status as the party leading the Palestinian Authority. Therefore, they are both deliberately evading the responsibility of sending money to Gaza, and they have jointly managed to keep Qatar at bay. As for Israel, it is fed up of Qatar's shady activities. The Middle East kingdom is the biggest backer and ally of Hamas, and Israel has long accused Qatar of providing money to Hamas for rockets fired into Israel during hostilities. Indeed, $15 million have been paid every month by Qatar to impoverished Gazan civil servants, but it is not possible to verify if Hamas utilized these funds for the said purpose. After all, Hamas is notorious for receiving Qatari funding. On its part, Qatar takes the excuse that it wants to help the people of Gaza, but the Gazans can be helped only through Hamas, which presently runs the Gaza region. No matter what Qatar has to say, it is not very difficult to understand its real agenda behind funding Hamas. Now, Israel is fed up of Qatar's shady activities and wants to get rid of them. On the other hand, the Palestinian Authority President Mahmoud Abbas has realized that Hamas poses a big threat to Fatah's authority. Hamas may have suffered big losses during the 11-day Gaza war with Israel earlier this year, but it has made good political benefits in the region. Hamas chief Ismail Haniyeh, for example, got elected for a 4-year term following an unopposed internal election by the Hamas party members. In fact, Fatah leader Mahmoud Abbas got elections delayed in the West Bank, but it has been speculated that if the elections were held outside Gaza also, then the Fatah party would have lost the polls and Hamas would have emerged as the single largest party. By waging the Gaza war on Israel, Hamas wanted to generate favorable sentiment towards itself and take over the Palestinian Authority by removing all moderate elements like the Fatah party. Therefore, the Mahmoud Abbas-led Palestinian Authority has every reason to deny payment of Hamas salaries. Hamas, which presently runs Gaza, wants to foment trouble in Israel and replace the Fatah party from the rest of the Palestinian territories. If such a thing ever happens, Israel would be facing violence from both directions. However, things are not falling in place for Hamas. As long as Fatah controls the Palestinian Authority, Bennett and Abbas will have a clear opportunity of extinguishing Hamas. They want to neutralize Hamas, even if it means turning Gaza into a purely Israeli territory. They both want to neutralize Hamas. By blocking the inflow of Qatari money into Gaza, Israel can weaken the Gazan-Qatari ties and ultimately force Qatar out of Gaza once and for all. This might as well prove to be the final nail in the coffin for Hamas, which is surviving solely on the basis of foreign funding.